Some highlights from earlier this evening. Match of the night. 149 was a good one for Oklahoma State because Alvarez got a mild upset over the 15th ranked wrestler in the country, and that was Singleton. Personally, I'd still go with 184 as the match of the night. That's just me. So because you had two great wrestlers really going at it.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with either one of them. A lot of action in both of them.
Got the major.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was Alvarez's first duel in GIA. Yes, that was his first home duel in Gallagher.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Because he has not been out there.
No, and you kind of even seen when he raised his hand a little bit, the emotion that he had going through that process. Good match.
21-9, Oklahoma State needs a duel, so Oregon State would need 2 pins to tie it here, and Luke Surber back in action for Oklahoma State after being out with a couple of different injuries. Three times he's been injured in the last several weeks. So he is ranked 16th at 8-2 from Tuttle, Oklahoma. He's a senior, and he goes against number 28, Justin Rademacher, who is a freshman. He's 7-3. He's from West Lynn, Oregon. Surber got hurt in a match on the road. It was a shoulder first, and then he sat out, and then he was coming back. Then he hurt a knee, and then he was about to come back and then tweaked the knee again, if I have that in the right order. I think it's about like this. So he hasn't been out there on the mat in an official match since. Let me look. I had that. I've already forgotten.
It was the
West Virginia. The 12th against Pittsburgh. He lost both matches there. He lost to a Maryland wrestler in the Invitational. Then he lost to Stout, Pittsburgh.
Good shot by Rademacher. Nice counter by Surber here.
If you have not wrestled Surber before, he's got some funky stuff he does that turns into cradles sometimes.
I think
there's 3 for Surber.
I think Rademacher may have a little bit of funk himself. Yes. Kind of rolling through, but Surber did a good job of getting that shoulder out of there.
We've seen Surber in some matches look like he's in trouble and then find a way to go through and turn it into a cradle.
Right here's a crucial situation, trying to get underneath that throat to get a claw. He had the Turk locked up, but Rademacher did a good job of crawling forward. Surber's losing out a little bit there.
Yep. As we said, Rademacher ranked 28th. So Surber, the obvious favorite here, assuming he's back to 100%.
Well, I also think for Surber, too, battling through these situations, right? Obviously, you want these guys ready for March and stuff like that.
Oh. Stall warning of Surber for not return. Making a rough attempt to return the man. So 3-0, Surber.
Here's a takedown by Surber here. High crotch position. Sets that shoulder down. He's got a lot of different options, but all that's feel. Once he feels his opponent go that way, let me elevate this leg, isolate that leg, change off. There's the roll through. Was able to stop that right there.
And his length helped that. Yes. The escape there by Rademacher, 3-1. But Surber, 57 seconds riding time here in the first. 35 seconds left in the period.
This is one of those situations where Surber hadn't had live competition that much. Once again, we talked about this with Munoz, controlling those emotions, right? Because every wrestler knows, man, it's different in that practice room, but boy, when them lights come on, it hits you just a little bit differently.
Well, over the years, you hear a lot of extremely talented, highly recruited freshmen go into different big programs. And they'll tell you, for the whole first semester, I never could take down anybody in that room because they wrestling guys with so much experience and much more ability than they were used to wrestling.
Yep.
So Rademacher chooses bottom. 3-1 the score after one period. Surber with 57 seconds riding time and could get it over a minute pretty quickly here.
I like Rademacher's swag, man. I like his swag.
Yep. Right out of there and right back into the attack is Rademacher. So 3-2.
I mean, he's a good-looking kid. Freshman right now. Yeah. Keep your eye on this young fella here.
And a home state product for the Beavers out of West Lynn, Oregon. They've produced a lot of great wrestlers out of that state over the years. You just seen some of the really great ones.
Using that hook on that left-hand side of Surber.
So 3-2 the score. Take down Surber and a couple of escapes for Rademacher.
Surber's got a nose. I don't know if it's his nose. I think it is his nose. Got a little blood time here, so they got to get that cleaned up. Once again.
Yeah, looks like definitely inside the nosebleed.
Coach Pendleton's giving a little bit of advice over there on that underhook.
Well, don't forget, a lot of matches on ESPN Plus over the next month. We'll be back here in Stillwater Friday night. The Northern Iowa Panthers come in. Of course, another ranked team. I believe they're ranked 24th right now, I think.
There'll be some good matches there Friday and Saturday.
And the next evening, great matchup, number 4 versus number 5 when the Iowa State Cyclones come in.
Like we talked about, Jay, this last home stretch of these duels are something, and then, like you said, you throw in Missouri on the road. So, you know, and that's one thing I was going to mention about 165 earlier. The 165-pound weight class just in the Big 12 alone is crazy. And obviously you add in everybody else. So, goodness. Rademacher's being the aggressor.
Surber trying to roll him through. Couldn't do that, but still fighting off the takedown attempt.
They were in this position earlier, and Surber was able to get his hips back on top from this position. Rademacher's doing a better job of kind of splitting the legs there. Obviously still in bounds, so Surber just took a quick peek at the clock, and there they go.
25 seconds ago, they're off, and Rademacher had something going there.
He did.
Surber's length, I think, helped him out on that, because he is a tall 197-pounder.
There's that hook again.
So final 10 seconds of the second period, still 3-2. And of course, Surber will have the choice here to start the third as the period ends.
Surber's going in bottom position.
Now, Rademacher only needs to hold him down 4 seconds to get the riding time under a minute. That would be important for him in case there's no other riding availability during the rest of this match.
And he has succeeded on that end, Jay.
Yep. No problem there.
Well, got a boot in there, too.
Surber now gets to his feet, and Rademacher just releases him. He's got the riding time down where it's under a minute, and a little bleeding time out again.
Little blood time.
Here, the last few matches, Rademacher has had a tech fall, and he had a fall. And Munoz wrestled 197 in one of their dual matches. So he lost a 14-6 match to number 23 Glazier of Maryland. And let's see, I'm trying to look through here to see of the higher ranked people that he's gone against. Of course, he gave up a tech fall to a guy named Brooks from Penn State, who's pretty good.
Man, who is that? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. People out there, I'm joking. Don't take that seriously.
Here we go. They're back at it again.
I'm being funny.
On their feet.
You know, Rademacher, I tell you what, like we talked about this earlier. Coach Pendleton and his staff, these guys have come to wrestle. I know they had Cal Poly on Friday. Long trip here. They'll be back out this way again next week because they got to wrestle Little Rock.
Yeah, too bad for them. They weren't able to work that in.
Yeah.
Here and then Little Rock and not go home.
So they got to go all the way to the West Coast, come all the way back out. Good attack by Rademacher.
Yes.
There's his 3 because he's around that waist.
Wow. Big move by Rademacher, and he takes the lead 5-3.
Surber's got blood, I think. I could be wrong. Beautiful high crotch by Rademacher here, and this is what he's been hitting. Bam, club, high crotch, split. Once he got around the waist is where he scored.
Surber turns into
Now, this is crucial, though.
Trying for 2.
Rademacher is still in control here.
I know.
So if he turns it into a scramble,
Surber scrambling on top of 2, and we're tied with 22 seconds left. But now Rademacher's out of there.
Out. So
Back in
6-6.
control with the escape.
Let's see if Rademacher gets back to that club and high crotch. 10 seconds left. That's where he's been. The last 3 times he's been in that position, it's been off of that club to that high crotch. Man. Here's this sequence right here. Surber was trying for a reversal, elevated that leg, rolled to his head, let everything go. Gets his reversal. Rademacher escapes. Now we're in overtime. Club high crotch is coming. There it is. There it is.
Right
Surber
there.
beat the...
Can Surber counter it? He's fighting but Rademacher looking for the winning points. But here comes Surber backdoor. Can't clear that one leg yet. Oh, now Surber trying to... And there's the 3 for Surber.
From that position, Jay, that was a club high crotch. Surber was able to beat Rademacher's shoulder off of that high crotch. Beat the shoulder where Rademacher couldn't keep the shoulder tight. Made it a little bit loose to where he could get his hips high around and end up scoring. This is that position. See where Rademacher's shoulder is at? It's out. This gives Surber time to adjust. Ends up pushing off of that elbow, kind of in a crab ride position here. Turns into him. There's his 3-point takedown. Out.